for the realness. So I'm grateful that you all are willing to be patient with me through this and to go through this piece with me. This is probably my most well-known piece at this point in time. And I think we need this. This is some ridiculous bullshit we're in right now. This is some ridiculously deadly bullshit that is absolutely 100% because of the fact that we have not held our elected people and our folks that are in power accountable for the shit they have promised they would do that they did not do. And I wrote this piece actually driving up to the State House. Like it came, like this was inspired by a crazy moment of a workplace environment I was in that was just fucking hateful and racist and sexist. And I just cried for 3 hours straight while driving, which I don't recommend you do over mountain passes, but that's exactly what I did. And to get through that and not kill myself again the next time I had some feelings about things, I wrote this piece. So it's called Anthem. My, you seem angry, white supremacy says with a snarky, sadistic grin as it presses its hand down on my face, smothering my protesting mouth, crushing my upturned nose and chin. See, this is the only way that business works. The business of world domination, and your submission is just a part of a system of manipulation to ensure that you remember your place in this nation, where your citizenship is conditional. See, there are no true birthrights to respect or acknowledgement of your humanity, firstly, because of your race. We owned you before you were even born. A legacy in a system that has never seen you as truly human, equal to none, and inferior to all. Inferior to all. See, your allowable presence is conditional, so don't tell me that your life matters, girlie, because it doesn't. All lives matter, it says in an infantilizing tone. Not black lives, all lives. Because acknowledging your place in this world requires a recognition of a unique human experience that we have determined is not worthy of recognition. How dare you even breathe with such grace? Each conversation must be heated, dank, and heavy in order to be legitimate. A true bloody battle of words. I was once told that you do not have to attend every argument that you are invited to, so why is my existence the site of so much spiritual warfare? But we will never fight fair, it says. We gleefully paint ourselves with your spilt blood as the victims of your inherently evil ways, your truth-telling, your interruption to our superior trains of thought. See, we will talk over you, dismiss your ideas, and then repackage them as our own. Call it diversity, and then profit richly off of your name. Your body fascinates. Erotic, exotic. Sweet dark chocolate is the pet name that sexual exploitation gives me. Dark and so different. To be readily consumed as a bucket list experience, no different than a trophy elephant slaughtered on safari, slayed and displayed for pleasure and bragging rights. I know that I must use deliberate caution in my wardrobe so as to not incite the imaginations of those who control that ubiquitous lens, that gaze, that lusts and disgusts at my sight at the same time. The cat calls and the winks, the unintentional but blatant touches, the indecent physicality of everyday encounters, the loaded invitations to have fun. See, it was never actually raped because you wanted it. In fact, you begged for it with that round ass and sassy mouth of yours. Black women are insatiable and lascivious, and your Africanness gives you the power of voodoo and your dark, magical seduction over lazy minds. See, we download your porn and obsess in our fantasy, but will deny any complicity when grandma asks us who shares our bed. Our women fear what you represent and wear their insecurities like a badge. A centuries-old jealousy burned into the DNA of white women whose mothers watched their husbands rape, take, and relish dominance over women in the slave quarters, harem halls, and whorehouses of the world. How dare you stand there in lack of respectability and enjoying pleasure on your terms? Which part of objectification do you not get? You are a toy, a plaything, a trendy topic. You are never to be trusted, but totally consumed and then tossed into the periphery of history. The corporate America chimes in with a sneer. And your hair, it's a little too revolutionary, unkempt and so non-white. The test has come time and time again that promotions in my career sync perfectly to the timing of when I move away from black hair to appropriate whiteness. I must prove my commitment to become fully assimilated, to ascend beyond. All of my hard work and accomplishments are still beholden to the whims of somebody else's grace and willingness to give me what I have damn well earned. I live in liminality, never secure that I fit whatever twisted vision or whatever of their tribal team fit culture exclusionary human resources catchphrase of the day that dictates my professional marginalization. I just keep demanding entrance into the places that they tell me that I don't belong. And the gatekeepers, they hold tight the keys and they smile in your face as they're trained to do and review the terms of agreement that state that you deserve but a penance and will accept far less until you prove your worthiness to enter again and again and again. You will do more. You will make a way from no way and absorb the psychic baggage and physical destruction that that exclusion causes. You have been bred through slavery, through unnatural selection, to have a superhuman ability to endure way too fucking much. You will dance. You will produce until your body collapses and your fingers bleed from the sweat equity of the Black American nightmare. And I pull the food from my child's mouth to pay the exorbitant financial price of admittance, promised through degrees and accreditations and professional development and deeper levels of commitment that others are expected to give. It was all conditional. It was all laid out in legalese. I just didn't read between the lines of the fine print and the social contract over my life. I trusted in the goodwill of the powerful and the privileged, and now I am left spent, crushed, and quivering. And I fight back with the strength of 100 dark-skinned queens who held their tongues when they were called pretty for a Black girl. I speak louder with the conviction and ferocity of 1,000 servant women who were told that they were poor because they were lazy. I blatantly call out systems of oppression with the tactical acuity of women warriors like Nzinga, Tubman, Nani, and Shakur, and they turn on me. They scream curses at me for disrupting their ignorance. They join in unison to say, foolish girl, it is you, it is us, it's you who has the problem. Your truth has wounded our pride, and you must make us whole again. I fight back tears, exhausted from so many daily battles, tired and worn. My defeat is what they want. My acquiescence is what they need to put things into their rightful order. But I cannot be beaten unless I accept it, and I know that I must rage against this machine. No longer a conscientious objector to participating in this war, these ongoing battles for my soul, here and now. And the agony that is contained within cannot be held back. And I feel the dignity of my foremothers being pulled out of whack, my spine stacked high with historical memories of warriors and goddesses who bowed to no one. Thus begins my transformation into my authentic self. My skin tears at the graceful mask that I wear when I need to hide, scraped off in desperation to expose raw flesh and complete lack of natural pride as the blood rushes forth, my cheeks hot and reddened, teeth grinding and clenching, gnashing and gnawing, the pinpoint precision of the drum cadence of my heart pounding through my temples. Eyes tired and weary, stinging, screaming, reddened, full of fiery rage, singing to the tops of my lungs. Anthems to freedom, to rejection of bullshit, to empowerment. Long, hot, and hard for hours, hours on end, tears, blinding tears, thousands of years in the making for hours on end, until my throat cinches up like a vice and my body in all-consuming agony, and there is nowhere left to go than to leave this fallacy. More final than a divorce. I look at my complicity in fostering this repression. I see the carnage brought by this oppression. I reflect on the photo album of my memories and realize that my smile has always been half measured, there for the moment, but not real. And it all becomes too much. I reject the notion that this relationship has ever worked for my benefit. So I will call you out by name with no terms of endearment or forgiveness. Racism, misogyny, white supremacy, capitalism, bigotry, rape, exploitation, and all your relatives on your blood-stained family tree. I clearly see you for who you are and what you are, and I say to you in a loud and clear voice, no matter how clever the lie you tell, it was you all along. I will not leave this legacy to my children. I will not place this imprint on future generations or make them think for even a minute that this has to be their life, their reality. My life is mine to create, and I will rise. I'm done. I'm gone. Goodbye.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.